Hi, Grade Fives. How are you doing? I hope that you had a good weekend. And today is the last section of our math for this two-dimensional figures. We're going to be looking today at W13. We're also going to be starting symmetry in the transformation section, which is coming after this one. Remember to make sure that you have at least gotten up to 70 for everything. And then get everything up to 80, and then get everything up to 90, and then get everything up to 100. Use the hour today to do that. If you still have some time left over, then you may start with X1. And if you've still got time after finishing 100 of X1, then you are welcome to try X2 or go on if you are up to date with the rest of your work. All right, so let's look at W13. Classifying quadrilaterals. Now, quadrilaterals, the very meaning of the word quad, the part of the word quad means four. So these are all four-sided shapes, and we've learned a couple. In fact, if we go back just before we start this section, you can review what we have already learned about in our quadrilaterals. Here we go. So we've learned parallelograms. We know that parallelograms, they have got two pairs of parallel sides. Trapezoids, they only have one pair of parallel sides. But remember, all of these are four-sided figures, right? Rectangles are actually parallelograms. They're special parallelograms. They've got two pairs of parallel sides, but they've got also their angles. They've got four right angles. That's the special part of a rectangle. And then a special rectangle is a square where you have all four of those sides are equal. All right, what about a rhombus? A rhombus is a special parallelogram where all sides are equal, but they don't have right angles. So it's like a squashed square, right? And then, so that's what we're looking at here, W13, so you can understand and remember what all of your quadrilaterals are. All right, so here it will give you some options, and you select however many you feel are part of the question. Here, for this first one, we've got to select all of the rectangles. So again, rectangles, we need four-sided figure. It needs to be opposite sides are parallel, two pairs of parallel sides, and it needs to have four right angles. Now, these little squares in the corner tells us that we've got right angles. I think all of them are rectangles. Great. Let's look at this one. Select all the rectangles. Remember, you need four right angles. This one's only got one, that one's only got one, and there we've got four. Let's have a look at this one. These are rhombuses. Now remember, a rhombus is a parallelogram where all sides are equal. So here we've got 9s and 12s. No. 3, 3, 2, 4. No. 13. Yes, they're all equal. And there is our rhombus. Okay. So this is a very good sort of pre-test exercise to see if you know your stuff. If you're having trouble, make notes as you go. Learn from your notes. Refer to them as you go through, so that you have a study sheet for tomorrow's test. Okay, so work hard getting that up to date. And if you're up to 100 with everything, most of you are really doing incredibly well in this section, so I don't think it will take you a long time. Let's go on to symmetry and transformation. So when I did a few practice sessions of this one, it is pretty sticky about using the colors as part of its symmetry, so be aware of that. Now, I want to go to this learn with example. And here, imagine folding this picture along the dotted line. So symmetry, if you had it cut out and you were to fold along that line, it would match up exactly if it was a line of symmetry. So the two sides, they will not match up. So this is a good example of the colors, right? So if it was a plain white shirt and you folded it, it would be symmetrical. That's the word. It would fold and it would match. But if you look at the actual islands, this one's a little taller than that one. This one's got a sun on this side. There's no sun over here. The sun's actually over there. So the pattern itself is not symmetrical. So no, this is not a line of symmetry. So when we go back to the practice, we need to include that into our definition of symmetry, right? So if you were to fold this picture, or this poor chameleon, on this line, would it match on both sides? Well, this side has a tail, this side does not have a tail. This side has his eye, there's no eye on that side. So no, it's definitely not a line of symmetry. That is a fairly easy one to see. Looking at this butterfly, on the other hand, if you fold it along this line, he's got a feeler on both sides, he's got two wings, and the colors even match, and the pattern on the wings match. So yes, that is a line of symmetry. Looking at this one, if it didn't have the feathers, yes, but the fact that there's feathers on one side and not on the other, that means no, it is not a line of symmetry. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense to you and that you'll be able to work really hard on getting up to date and 100% for your test tomorrow, and hopefully it's a super easy one for you. I'm looking forward to it. Have a great day further.